Yes, my people, I am back here and kicking. Today is a match day, my brother. Wherever you are, I am very excited because it's a match day. Chelsea's match day against Burnley. I know you are also expecting a win today. I am expecting a win, of course. There is no doubt about it. And I need you to be hopeful because we need to be positive about the day and positive things will come our way. I hope I'm right. All right, my dear friend. Today being a day that is packed with a lot of news, a lot of activities. I will not waste much time. So let me go straight to the first issue. Yes, our opponent today is Burnley. And Burnley, I want to go into their current activities or form or whatever we want to put it. Burnley pulled off a phenomenal result against Luton. You know that? They did well against United at home, but got blown away in their other games. Yes, they pulled off a phenomenal result against Luton. They won against Luton. Then they did well against United at home also, but got blown away in their other games. They will have a go at home, but Chelsea should be able to win this game. They will try against Chelsea. They will have a go at it again. But Chelsea should be in a position to win this game. That is it. All other games that they play, I saw few of the clips. But trust me, Chelsea should be able to go home with a win against Burnley. Against Burnley. I am serious about that. Now, looking at the squad currently, and from what the coach has said yesterday, I want to believe that the whole squad, apart from those that are injured, each one of them are ready for the game. And quickly, before I continue, yesterday I wanted to bring this news to you. Now that I remembered, it was a breaking news. Paul Pogba has tested testosterone doping positive. Also to back up Sampo today. Paul Pogba, this issue came about 3 weeks ago. And he and his agent, they requested for, private test. And that test was also carried out. Now it's been proven in the second test that he tested testosterone doping. And that chemical has turned out to be positive in his system again. And now Juventus will decide how to proceed with his contract as Pogba faces risk of long-term ban. From what we heard, it's going to be about 4 years to 5 years ban from football. And if that is the case, Juventus, they are actually yet to make a decision. They were waiting for this last result to come out. Now that the result is out, Juventus will make a decision on the player. Will they be keeping him until the next 4 years? On what role? In which capacity? And be paying his salary, or do we have to terminate his contract? That is what Juventus have to decide on in the next few days. And so I'm happy I remember this to bring to your notice at this point in time. Honestly, yesterday when the news came up, I forgot it totally. Yesterday we had a lot of issues to discuss. We were discussing a lot of issues. And so with this, it escaped my mind totally, to go to it. But as it stands right now, that is the news regarding Paul Pogba. That is the news regarding Paul Pogba. And Fabrizio Romano reported it in a different way. Fabrizio Romano reported it in a different way. He said, breaking news, Paul Pogba has tested doping positive, also to back up Sampo today. Yeah, it's almost the same thing. Juventus will now decide how to proceed with his contract as Pogba faces risks of long-term ban. That is it. That is it. So now we go to other news before Chelsea. I started with Chelsea and Burnley. Now I'm trying to bring you 1 or 2 news before I move on to Chelsea because there's so much to talk about Chelsea in this episode and the next episode. Yeah. To FC Bayern Munich, FC Bayern Munich have just informed Jerome Boateng that he will not be signed after 4 days training with them. Despite excellent training reports, extra football reasons, fans' reaction made FC Bayern to decide against the move. Boateng remains available as free agent. Yeah, Jerome Boateng, he is a German legend. He played with Bayern Munich for over, if I'm not mistaken, close to 10 years. Yeah. He was a solid member of that squad. He was until 2019 or so, 2020, when he left Bayern Munich. He was a solid member in that defense of Bayern Munich. Now, he's also retired, actually. Many players get into this age, they would like to retire. But he is still fit and he thinks he can still deliver. He trained for the past 4 days or 5 days with the Bayern team. He was given the opportunity to train the team. Actually, for me, I'm not surprised because Tuchel made a statement when he started training with them. He made a statement, and in that statement, if you want to read in between the lines, you realize that Tuchel was not in favor of signing Jerome. When I read the statement that Tuchel made, I think a few days ago, 5 days ago, I just noticed that Tuchel was not so much interested in him. But as it comes out, FC Bayern have just informed Jerome Boateng that he will not be signed after 4 days of training with them. Despite excellent training reports, extra football reasons, and fans' reaction made FC Bayern decide against the move. Boateng remains available as free agent. Okay, from there we move to our match of the day. Okay, there's one more before we go to Chelsea. Erik ten Hag, I am sorry, but there is nothing that has changed with Jadon Sancho. He is not available, so he's not part of the squad. So I don't have any comment on that. Yeah, he was asked about, during his pre-match press conference about Jadon Sancho. And that is the answer he gave. He said, I am sorry, but there is nothing that has changed with Jadon Sancho. He's not available, so he's not part of the squad. So I don't have any comment on that matter. This issue has been prolonging and prolonging. The coach don't want to give up. The player don't want to apologize, But that's Manchester United for you. All right? So we move on. And I want to read this for you about Chelsea. Then I'll hands off. I will come back with exclusives in the next few hours. Number one, to start with, let me say that personally, I like Pochettino's consistency and believe in his ideas. We lost Nkunku in the last game of the preseason tour, which gave rise to playing Cowell as left back from the first Premier League game of the season against Liverpool. The thing is, such a change will take time to fine-tune because some players will be playing in unfamiliar roles. But what matters is the belief in what he wants to get out of it. Another manager would have panicked after a few games when everyone complained that the balance was wrong and not working. As a manager, if you fall for it and change again, you are likely to fall into another experiment. Starting another experiment instead of advancing the one that is already in progress. Of course, the most important factor is the trust he has in those players to get it right. Because if they aren't good and not showing progressive signs, then it's going to be a long process for the manager. Pochettino has played his cards well enough to this point. That is my take. You can see Cowell is growing into the role and will solve a few issues down the line. Like giving Modric fewer defensive duties and opening up space for Badiashile to take over from Silva when the time is right. Now, imagine if he fell for the pressure a few weeks ago and doubled into another experiment, what would have happened by now? Would we be achieving the result we are currently achieving? 2 matches, no goal conceded, 2 wins straight away. Just imagine it. if he fell for the pressure a few weeks ago that we were all giving him, that he was playing Cowell at the wrong position, and doubled into another experiment or tried to experiment another thing, by now, where do you think Chelsea would have been? The way he's going, being consistent with his lineups and player development, we will keep improving every game and keep working with a clear idea and identity. This is my take this morning. Wherever you are, I believe you understand me very clearly. This write-up that I put up here is for people like you, for you to understand that the coach so far has been very consistent in what he is doing. We need to watch him from afar. For me right now, I can see some good or positives in what he's doing. Assuming Cowell did not play that position on that day, that left back position that day, the goal that Modric scored, that goal wouldn't have come in, because it was from that position that Cowell ran from. When Modric left that position of the right winger, Cowell now ran from behind with the ball and flip it up before Modric got it and scored a goal. I want us to remember that. I'll come back again with further analysis and every detail of today's game. Today is our match day. Don't go anywhere. I'll see you when you see me. In that comment section, I want to see you in the comment section. Shalom and peace.